We love us the Kia Telluride, but this is the X-Pro, the supposed off-road version. So is it just a lot of hype, or is there something substantive here? Or do I even care? Looks like we got a lot of work to do. First, I'll get to what the Telluride comes with, and then we can chat about what's on the X-Pro. It's still powered by the 3.8-liter V6 with an 8-speed automatic transmission. That powertrain makes 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. Does that sound like a lot when it comes to sort of a heavier three-row SUV? Not a ton, but this has a naturally aspirated V6, so you're not going to get a whole lot of that turbo lag. I like the way that the transmission sort of finds gears fairly quickly. Do I have any substantive problems with how the Telluride is powered? The answer to that is no. Ride quality doesn't offer up any noticeable faults either. It's comfortable and feels stable when you take turns, even if some of them are taken a little more quickly than you'd intended. Yes, we all know what this car is for and what it's not for. This is the X-Pro. It does not get any changes from the regular Telluride suspension. But I will tell you this, if you're on washboard, if you're on something that is sort of moderate, not too like crazy, it will actually eat up a lot of bumps and still offers up a pretty comfortable ride. So when you get off of your moderate dirt road and you get onto a normal road, these are not super aggressive tires, so it's not really adding a whole lot of weirdness to your ride. It still feels very comfortable, nor are these tires adding a ton of additional road noise. You can hear a little bit more, but it's not anything that is so off-putting that I wouldn't encourage somebody to get this car. However, unlike the Honda Pilot Trail Sport, the X-Pro Telluride doesn't get any additional skid plates. Gonna give a major hat tip to Honda right there. So you also get a little bit of a boost in ground clearance to the tune of 0.4 inches, which is not much, and a lot of that, I'm going to be honest, is thanks in part to the all-terrain Continental tires. So when Kia tells you that you are getting improved approach and departure angles, that's what they mean. It's not a whole lot. One other indicator that to me says this isn't really a super duper off-roady thing is there is not a specific mode in here that is for gravel or for mud and ruts, which companies will normally do if they anticipate that you are taking it on that kind of terrain. So proceed as you will with that information. It does get a downhill brake control, but folks, given its other limitations, this should not be trucking down major inclines that are covered with loose rocks. I wouldn't risk it without underbelly protection. You've got roof rails, just in case you don't have enough room back here, you can store your stuff up there, and you get a 110 outlet back here, because that could be super handy for car camping. Wow. You will get a tow mode which adjusts power settings to optimizing towing, and your capacity increases by 500 pounds to a max 5,500 pounds. Yeah, there's a cynical part of me that says you could probably tow 5,500 pounds with your regular Telluride, since those max capacities are always underestimated, but no, I am not encouraging you to do that. Inside you also get some quilted stitching on the seats, but folks, that's not going to help you on the Rubicon Trail. Looks nice though. You do get the upgraded 12.3-inch screen with navigation and smart liftgate that has auto close. Super helpful when camping too. And when it comes to safety features, the Telluride is flush with them. Smart cruise control with lane centering, that's top notch in my opinion. The cameras are all great, so those will help you on the trail. There's also blind spot warnings and collision warnings with avoidance in the front and rear. So helpful if there's a log in the way that you don't see. You can also get an upgraded sound system. As always, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, standard. You can get wireless charging, which is super handy. That goes right here. Overall, in my opinion, this is truly an amazing place to be. The seats are comfortable. Everything looks really gorgeous. Of course, this is a higher up trim, so you have that going for you. But is it comfortable? We're gonna do that 3-row, can I sit in it test. for me up here, I'm really fine. The seat is nice and adjustable. It's power adjusted. I get a tilting and telescoping steering wheel, which always is really handy when it comes to customizing things. And of course, you know, because me, I'm like a dachshund body, I have plenty of room up front. When it gets into the second row, you're also going to have a lot of flexibility because you have this slider here. So look, okay, if I go all the way back, I mean, this is danger territory right here, and I don't mean like scary danger, I mean Mike danger. He's not scary. But you can, look at how forward you can put the slider to help give room to the third row. You also can recline this, by the way, which, I mean, come on. I'd fly to Europe like this. So when it comes to the third row, however, we'll see. We also have the captain's chair, so you can kind of walk through. You know, I really don't have much to complain about back here. It's pretty comfortable. I have a USB port here. I have little air fans right here. I've really got plenty of room, and I'm pretty cozy also. I'm thinking that this does a little bit of recline, maybe, or are we fully forward? Let's see. Yeah, so this is upright, but it has a little bit of recline, so that's kind of nice. All right, officially 3 rows, Telluride, thanks.
Pricing on the Telluride for the base model starts around $35,900. The S and EX both go up from there. Now don't confuse the X line with the X-Pro. The X line comes with some goodies, minus the knobby tires, but gets a unique grille design, body-colored door handles, and some exclusive color packages.
The X-Pro trim only becomes available on the SX model and above. That SX is going to cost you $50,100. It's a pretty big car payment. If you go to the SX Prestige, that's going to cost you $53,000, but then you get all the things. Listen, if you are trying to raise that kind of money for a new car and you're interested to see what your current car is worth, click right here. KBB will tell you.
If you are in the market for a 3-row SUV that can handle some extra off-road duties, then for my money, I'd have you look at the Honda Pilot Trail Sport, the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek, and even the Subaru Outback Wilderness, even though that's just 2 rows, but it's super capable.
If I'm being honest with you guys, which I always am, to answer the question, is the X-Pro a substantive off-road machine? The answer to that is no. This is primarily an appearance package. To answer the question, do I care? The answer to that is also no. Look, if you are looking for a legitimate 3-row SUV that has a little bit more capability than your average 3-row SUV, then the Telluride X-Pro is a really great place to start.